Hello beautiful souls, and welcome back to another video. My name's Emily and I'm the Simple Stitcher. If you're new to my channel, thank you for dropping by, and if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back and watching again. It is Wednesday evening, about 9 o'clock, and I'm just doing some work on my Chatelaine. I decided to sit down and do a little bit of stitching, and decided to do a little stitch with me and have a little chat while I did that for a few minutes. So last time I checked in was Saturday. I'd had my horse riding lesson and potted around the house. Sunday, my mum came down from Melbourne and we went out for lunch. We went to a plant nursery near me and had lunch there. The food's really, really good. We always enjoy the food. Craig eats different stuff to, everyone has their own little, things that they like for food and lunch and meals. And all of us, my mum, Craig and I, always get something that we all enjoy. I'm just fixing my thread. It's just decided to get knotted. Gee, it's really knotted. What's going on here? I don't know how I do it. I managed to, sometimes when I'm stitching, I think it's when I come up, I managed to come back up through the thread, and it ends up going back through one of the strands of floss. So it's like I sew through the strand of floss. This one's done it about quite a few times, which is really annoying. Just bear with me while I unknot this. Oh my god, I managed to knot that so much I ended up just trimming some of it. Yeah, so we did that. So we went to a plant nursery near me called Fern, and that was great. And I got a little ground cover rosemary to put in a little garden bed that we've got at the front of our house. So I grabbed that. I'd seen it there before, and I love the idea of looked really lovely, this ground cover rosemary. So you know how rosemary normally grows like upright. This one's like literally creeps along the ground, and it's really pretty. So rosemary, when it flowers, is great for all the pollinators and all of that, and a ground cover is perfect for keeping down the weeds and that sort of thing. So I got that, and then so when we got back, even though it was a bit cold and wet, I put that straight in the ground out the front. And then I had this dark blood red daisy that I'd bought a couple of weeks ago at one of our local farmers markets, and a lavender that I bought last summer or spring. And I actually had bought it for Craig to put out the back where all his herbs are, but he wasn't using it, so and it was still sitting in its pot and it was struggling, so I put those in as well. So I planted three plants in our little garden bed out the front to start planting that up, and I rearranged some pots and did some things like that. So that was good. And then when we were at Van Loon's, I also bought a compost starter because I've got my new compost bin, and I need to get the balance right in that. And because it's a tumbler, with tumblers, because they're sterile and you don't have the organisms of the insects and the worms and the whatever else that comes up through the ground, and the bacteria that naturally populates it when you have one that's like sitting directly onto the soil, I wanted to get a starter to get all the the microbiology going in my compost bin. I don't know if I ended up getting, I asked at the nursery for a compost activator. Don't know in the end, I'm just going to move this, that I actually ended up getting what I was looking for. Like what I ended up getting when I got home, when I read it, was a powder that balances the pH and the acidity and that sort of thing of the compost bin, so that you get the most nutritional value out of the compost for the soil. But I added it in anyway, and I'll keep adding it in once a week like the instructions say. But then I also found out you can add coffee beans as a compost activator. They're really good. So, and Craig's always making coffee. We have ground coffee. We have the stovetop coffee machine, percolator. And so we've always got coffee beans around. So I've started adding them because apparently they're quite a good compost activator. I am still on the lookout for something that will add the bacteria and that sort of thing to the compost to start populating that. But hopefully what I've done's enough to get things going. So I added all that to the compost bin with some brown matter, and mine was a bit wet because the first week that I had it, I opened the vents and then didn't realise that the water was all going to go in, and we've had a lot of rain here. So obviously with the air vents open on the compost bin and exposed to the rain, the water went straight in and it filled up with water, which is not ideal. If you've got a compost bin, you want it to be damp, like a wrung out sponge, not soaking wet. So I immediately drained the water out that I could, and then I closed all of the air vents except for, no, I left all the vents open, but I closed 3/4 of them, but I left 3/4 of them open, if I can speak in English, but I closed 2 sets of vents on the top to make sure that then when it rains, what I do is when I turn my tumbler every day or every second day, I make sure that the closed vents are sitting on top so that hopefully if it rains, then I don't end up with it filling up with water. So we did that. So I did some work with the compost bin to try and balance that out. Planted some plants, and then Saturday night we went up to our local, so up the street there was a cafe. Oh no, that was Sunday. Sorry, I'm getting my days mixed up. I have not managed, so today's Wednesday. I have been so muddled up with the days this week. I have not been able to keep them straight, like to the point where yesterday was Tuesday. In the lift on the way up to work, I was thinking, okay, I've got a car repayment coming out today. This was when I was getting my coffee, because we own the cafe in our building, my work. And I was thinking, and when I was going down to get my coffee, I was like, okay, I've got a car repayment coming out today, blah, blah, blah. Then I was sitting at my desk, it was like 9 o'clock, and I was talking to one of the girls that I work with. We were having a chat, and she's like, oh, another girl's leaving at another office, at our Epping office in Melbourne. And she said she was going to have to man reception because it was the receptionist that was leaving. And I said, oh, no, that's tomorrow. The receptionist is leaving tomorrow. And because I was planning on when I go out, I was planning on going out. And when I went out for a meeting, I was going to say goodbye to her. I think I've stuffed up counting here. Shit, I have. God damn it. I shouldn't be ending with 4 on this point here. Which means down here somewhere, I've ended up... That's really annoying. Okay, let me undo this. Okay, so I have to go back. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lots of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lots of 4. So then here, so this main umbrel here, let me move the camera. So I've got to come back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you can hear Craig in the background laughing, it's because he's watching his favourite show, Utopia. It's this Australian ABC comic satire, and he's really excited that it's back on. So this one here, I need 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so basically I'll lose that one in the middle. Okay, I'm just working out what I've got to do. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was talking to the girl, one of the girls I work with, and she's like, "Oh no, this receptionist is leaving today." I'm like, "No, she's leaving Tuesday." And Ali's like, "Today is Tuesday," and I'm like, "What?" So I was at 9 o'clock. I was supposed to be out at Epping from the city at 10, and it was like 10 past 9. I was supposed to be there for a meeting at 10, and it generally takes, depending on traffic, anywhere from 40 to 50 minutes to get to Epping from my office in the city. So I was like, oh my God. So I jumped up, grabbed my laptop, chucked it in the bag, grabbed my handbag. Lucky I had my coffee, because I'd gone down to get my coffee, and I'd had some breakfast, because I don't eat breakfast till I get to work. Raced down to the car. We've got a share car at work that we used to drive out. We drive wherever we want, well, wherever we need to for work. Grabbed the car and drove out there, and I made it with like 10 minutes to spare. Not that it would have mattered too much if I was late for the meeting, but still, I didn't want to be late. So yeah, I was just like, oh my God. And then, like, I don't know, I've just felt like a space cadet. And then today when I woke up this morning, I was so tired. And then, you know, like, because I have a big train ride to work. If you've been following me for a while, you'd know that I have about an hour and 5-minute train ride to get to the city. And so this morning on the train, sometimes I'm like doing stuff, or I'm doing work on my blog, or I'm watching YouTube, or, you know, reading, or I don't know, like just whatever. And then there's times where I'm just like super tired, and today I was so tired I full on just went to sleep. Like I was doing the whole full on head to the side, dead, like flat out asleep this morning on the train. I was so tired, and then it got to this afternoon, and I was like, when you're so tired, you know, when your eyes are so tired and they're dry and tired, and then you feel like you're seeing cross-eyed because you just want to put your head down and go to sleep. So that's what I was like this afternoon when I left for work. I was just like, oh my God. So I got home, and we just had leftovers for dinner tonight. We had Craig cooked chicken schnitzel and veggies yesterday, and so we had some chicken schnitzel and some veggies left over, so it was super easy. Like all we had to do was like reheat. Craig cooked a piece of steak for himself tonight because he ate schnitzel, like his extra share of schnitzel last night, but I still had like a small piece of schnitzel left, so I just had that. And then we just had dinner, and then he went back into the office to do a little bit more work, and he's come out in time to watch his favourite show, which you can hear. And I decided to come up and just do a little bit of stitching, although at the moment it's really unpicking. and then re-stitching rather than stitching. But anyway, it's done. Really, I should have just checked the chart better and counted better before I started. But anyway, that's the way it goes. So yeah, so that's today. Okay, so I'll finish that bit. Would have liked to have gone to the gym today, but actually I'll bring the camera down here. But I just got home and I was really tired by the time I'd left for work. Okay, I'm just gonna get my next colour, so bear with me. Oh no. Don't tell me I've stuffed this up. Okay, so I don't know if you've noticed since the last clip, since I paused it, but I just ripped out that whole row of stitches because somehow I'm out. I don't know how. So I'm going to try putting in these purple cubes, little boxes, and then maybe that'll tell me where I'm wrong. I think it's because I'm so tired. I kept counting and counting the 4s and then 8, and I already stuffed it up once, and I can't see where I've gone, where I was wrong. So, but I know that I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 5 squares with these little purple boxes. So I'm going to start the first one, and then I think it's time to stop because I'm really tired. Oh, you can't even see what I'm stitching. There we go. So anyway, so today was a trying day at work, but tomorrow is a fresh day. Yesterday was a very successful creative day. You know when you do projects, not work related in this instance, and they just all fall into place. And it's like the universe giving you a pat on the ass and saying, yep, well done, you're on the right track. It was one of those days for me yesterday. Stuff just fell into place. I managed to do some things that I wanted to do that I hadn't done before. And it worked out really well. Yeah, so it was good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully tomorrow night will be a quiet night. Might just do some work on my blog. We'll see. Hopefully we might go to the gym. I haven't been to the gym yet this week. Last night and tonight I was just too tired, which is not the right attitude, because if you're tired and you're stressed, then exercise makes you feel better. But tonight I was just starting to feel so tired. I was feeling almost a bit migraine-y, so I was like, nah, I have to stop and just chill. And then Friday night will be a quiet night. And then Saturday we've got Craig's niece and nephew's combined birthday party. So we'll head down to Melbourne for that about 5 o'clock on Saturday. And that'll be fun. We got Craig's niece a diamond painting for her birthday. We went into my local L&S and they have just a handful of Diamond Dots kits, and I thought, knowing his niece, that she would like that. Kits are hard to buy for these days. They have so much stuff. I always find it really hard to know what to buy for them, but Craig's niece is she's similar to me, so she's pretty quiet, introverted, likes to do her own thing and is really happy and comfortable in her own space and her own company. So I said to Craig, let's get her a diamond painting. And then when I told her mum, when I saw Craig's sister on Friday, because we had the wedding, the legal ceremony, and she said, oh no, she'd be right into that. And she watches YouTube and that. I'm like, well, diamond painting's all over YouTube. It's so popular on YouTube now. So I said she'll be able to diamond paint and watch YouTube at the same time. So hopefully she'll enjoy that. So we'll head down there on Saturday, and then Sunday's going to be quiet. So yeah, kids' parties are always a bit, because we don't have kids, so we just go show our face, support the family or whatever, and then we'll head off, because we'll head back to Melbourne, head home from Melbourne. So it'll mean a bit of driving for us, but that's all right. Now, okay, so it looks like a different colour. I feel like I'm having such a shit stitch here. I feel like nothing's working. Maybe because it's been done a while ago, or it's a slightly different dye lot. Ugh, whatever. It's probably a sign that I should stop stitching, isn't it, and go to bed. So yeah, so that's my week. I've really got to stop stitching. I've just realised I stitched that the wrong way. I'm determined to finish this little bit. I'm going to do this one row. So I don't think I've got anything else to say. I released a tutorial for my Chatelaine today, so hopefully you've checked that out. If you haven't, go on over and have a look at it. And don't forget to like my video and subscribe if you haven't already. Just helps. Subscribing means that you'll get notification of when I post new videos, and the likes just help me get more visibility, and it just supports me in doing my videos. So I hope you've enjoyed this very, very messy stitch with me video, where you've seen me rip out more than you've seen me stitch, but you know, life's not perfect, and this stitch certainly wasn't. I hope you've enjoyed hearing me have a chat about what's been happening this week and what's happening for the rest of the week. Oh goodness me. And I'm going to go to bed, and I will see you in my next video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and I will answer them as soon as I can. Okay, bye.